Willkommen zurück, and welcome back to a new lesson. As always, before we start, those are the words from our last lesson. Let's read them together one more time to make sure we've got everything right. Reisen, reisen, an das Meer, an das Meer, in den Bergen, in den Bergen, der Flug, der Flug, buchen, buchen, Nachrichten, Nachrichten, Quarantäne, Quarantäne, sparen, sparen, and that's it. Today we have a very special lesson. This is the coronavirus lesson, which means we are going to go through some words that could be useful with the topic of corona in general. In German, you could either say coronavirus or COVID-19. COVID-19. This word you already had in the last lesson. Quarantine, which means Quarantäne. 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 A pandemic is Pandemie. Pandemie. For lockdown, you have two words. You could either say lockdown, just like the English word, or you could say Abschließung, which is the translation of lockdown. Abschließung. Lockdown oder Abschließung. Social distancing is soziale Distanzierung. Soziale Distanzierung. Distanzierung. Distancing. A mask is die Maske. Die Maske. A COVID swab is COVID Abstrich. COVID Abstrich. And if you want to say no swab, you say Nasenabstrich. The same with mouth swab. Mundabstrich. Attestation form is Bestätigung. Bestätigung. Something like maximum number of people is maximale Anzahl von Personen. Maximale Anzahl von Personen. Personen is persons, and in plural the word already has an N in it. Therefore, you don't have to add an extra N even though it is in the dative form because of von. Something like contact to a COVID case, Kontaktfall, or Kontaktperson. Kontaktfall or Kontaktperson. So you could simply say, ich bin eine Kontaktperson. Hopefully you won't need to say that, but in case. Kontaktfall, Kontaktperson. Curfew is Ausgangssperre. Ausgangssperre. Try it again. Ausgangssperre. Ausgang comes from the verb ausgehen, which means to go out. And Sperre is curfew. And as you can see, there is also this connecting S. Ausgangssperre. Borders are die Grenzen. Die Grenzen. One border is die Grenze, and plural, many borders are die Grenzen with an N. Open borders or closed borders are either geschlossene Grenzen, geschlossene Grenzen, or offene Grenzen. Offene Grenzen. Geschlossene comes from the verb schließen, which means to close. You already know the verb schließen, right? To close. And geschlossene is the adjective. The same thing with offene. Offene means open, and the verb from this adjective is offen. Geschlossene Grenzen, offene Grenzen. Vaccine is Impfstoff. Impfstoff. To vaccinate, like to vaccinate someone, impfen. Impfen. This is the main verb. And the word Impfstoff comes from the verb impfen. However, if you want to say to get vaccinated, you could say sich impfen lassen. Sich impfen lassen. And the verb that you are allowed to change when you put it with other pronouns is the verb lassen and of course sich. So impfen is the verb that stays the same. For example, you could say ich lasse mich impfen. Ich lasse mich impfen, which means I'm getting vaccinated. Or literally it means I'm letting myself get vaccinated. Ich lasse mich impfen. And you change the verb lassen and sich based on the pronoun. However, impfen, or the main verb, always stays at the end unchangeable. This is one of the extra complicated ways of saying things in the German language. Now, let's go through the words to make sure we've got everything. Pandemie, Pandemie, soziale Distanzierung, soziale Distanzierung, Maske, Maske, Abstrich, Abstrich, Bestätigung, Bestätigung, maximale Anzahl von Personen, maximale Anzahl von Personen, Kontaktfall, Kontaktfall, Kontaktperson, Kontaktperson, Ausgangssperre, Ausgangssperre, Grenzen, Grenzen, geschlossen or offen, geschlossen, offen, Impfstoff, Impfstoff, impfen, impfen, and finally, sich impfen lassen, to get vaccinated. Sich impfen lassen. and gratuliere. That was this lesson. I know that it is an exceptional lesson because of COVID, and hopefully you won't need to use those words, but if you do, if you come to Germany or Austria and you come across COVID in general, I hope those words could help you. And I will see you in the next lesson. Until then, have a nice day and bye-bye.